Greetings, Alteria. I'm Alan Adams, and I'm your host of the Alterian News Network, coming live from A&N headquarters. Here today we have the preview of the convention hall for the first Alterian convention. Here it is now. Stick around because the convention will be starting very soon. A few quick announcements for the entire Empire. Attention Alterian citizens, if you have any connection with any enemies of the Empire, you are to lose connection to them to preserve the future of the Empire. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. Arch-Emperor Alterius is beginning the convention.
Of the Alterian Empire. I'm very glad many of you were able to make it tonight. The group chat has a schedule of the sessions and panels and how things are going to go tonight. It'll be sent there again so y'all can see it and what is going to happen tonight. Thank you for attending the Alterian Convention. Alright. Part 1 of the session. So, alright, the first thing we're going to talk about is the things that will keep the Empire clean and neat. The main things that help keep the Empire grand and beautiful. Wait, what is that? Okay. My bad. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is the things that will keep the Empire clean and neat, and the main thing that helps keep the Empire's grand and beautiful. Appearance is building restrictions. You can build like when asked or required to do, but don't just go free build whenever people will be given places to build on their own houses. You'll not be punished for this, depending on the build breaks any of the 10 Alterian laws. But all that will happen is unregistered player build structure will be excavated or destroyed, and the area will be returned to how it was before. And the next thing we're going to talk about is personal safety and privacy. One problem we potentially will face is personal belongings being stolen, but I felt everyone deserves to have access to privacy, so ender chests are allowed, but they will be taxed. They will be cost tax money after version 1.3. And players can have shulker boxes, which they bought for their chests to have organization and more room in such ender chest. So now the third thing is the rather bummer subject, and I'm afraid. But free exploration outside of Alterian cities, like normal Minecraft terrain, because I don't want new chunks to be loaded. So we can have the Alterian experience clean and without lag. This also goes with the first subject. If you go outside the Alterian area and build a secret base or something, or keep secret from the Empire, you will be punished if the inspection finds bad things, unless you got a permit for build outside of the city borders. Then you can build, but this is highly unlikely. Now, the fourth thing we're going to discuss is the terms of service, which will also go along with the final part of the first session. The terms of service is a couple of things. First, Discord will be a problem for some. And basically how I decided to do that is Xbox people will be informed by Discord people about the connections. Therefore, there will be a connection. It will be tricky, but please be patient with us. Second, you chose to be in this empire, and I'm very glad, but I don't want y'all to take that for granted. I'm happy y'all are here to help the community grow. It means so much to me. With that being said, please actually listen to the authority and higher-ups. I will give ranks to the people who fit the job the best that there is, and I will help people find a job they are comfortable with. But this will not be talked about again until version 1.0. But look, please don't start drama if you didn't get what you want and ruin it for the rest of us. Like I said, you chose to do this. Please don't take the opportunity for granted. Now, the final part of the first session we're going to discuss is the laws and the oath of the empire. There is a large difference between laws and rules. Rules are broken and crimes are crimes, but laws broken are federal crimes. The laws have been set up and maintained by me because I saw so many potential empires just go to crap when they couldn't stop being so corrupt. They would make laws, but the people who made the laws couldn't even follow them. That's why I made these laws. Each of them are an experience of mine that I've seen in crumbling empires. With that being said, here are all the laws, and many of y'all know the laws, but the laws that are stated protect the Grand Alterian Empire from anarchy because of drama. The first law is do not seek to create anger in others for pleasure. The next one following that is do not have jealousy after one another. The next one after that is do not use harmful or unkind words that may be offensive to others. And then do not judge others for breaking the law. Only the High Commission and the Arch-Emperor can judge, which will be discussed later tonight. Do not date anybody in the server that you don't know in real life, because that just starts drama. I'm pretty sure some of y'all have seen that. Number 6 is do not lie before any leader or form of power. Let you just be yes. That just keeps mainly justice and things good, because if you're going to lie and accuse someone of something, and then we find out that you actually did the thing and you were just a liar, then you're going to get punished really bad. Do not attack someone for their own opinions is basically don't harass things for stupid things. And do not use sexual language or content, which is basically just reasonable in itself. Do not steal of any shape or form from any player. And do not bring your life's drama or any life drama into the community. Everyone is a subject to this law. Nobody is above it. And different laws have different severe punishments if broken. The laws are what make us different from any other empire, because we have unity, balance, and justice. For now, the oath of the empire is the oath only taken by people in governmental ranks. This will be discussed in version 1.0. The oath is set up because multiple times in the past I've had people betray me, and many of past players, and some of you has to pay for the consequences for someone else's actions. Precarious measurements are taken when someone breaks the oath and was spied against our empire. People who do betray us and lie to all of us will be banned, and there are other extensive measures as everyone is required to block them, so they cannot sneak back into the empire or lie to one of you. They can choose to betray us, and don't think y'all should pay the consequences like many did in the past. But the oath will not be made public until version 1.0. Now, we will take a 5-minute break for now. Before we start the next and final session, y'all can discuss with everyone about all that I've said, and talk about it some, and hold questions for the end. We're going to do some fun after that.
Well, alright. Anyways, quickly in a different recording booth. They moved me because apparently my mic quality was terrible or something. Anyways, the break's about to end. I'm gonna say thank you for listening so far. Let's continue.
Alrighty, now to the second and final part of the Alterian Convention version 0.5. This part will explain the roles... Wait, hold on. My bad. This part will explain the roles that the higher up people will have, and this basically explains them to y'all, and so y'all can know this for when trooper training is announced. The first role we're going to talk about is my role, the Grand Arch-Emperor of the Alterian Empire. Some of the things I do is organize and orchestrate the entire empire. Every role, every job, every person's experience in the empire is my responsibility. And the laws are one thing that help keep people happy, and they may seem far-fetched at first, but trust me, it's necessary. In the future, it will be discussed again, but I am the judge. I punish the people who are to be punished, and it will be discussed more later as well. I'm not the only person who helps punish people. The seventh... Okay, so... Hold on, I think it... okay. So the seventh subject of tonight is a new role that will help me, and I already have one of these positions filled. But the Emperor role is a very high responsibility. There are two Emperors, which are going to be by basically my direct representative. If I'm unable to do something or lead y'all for a period of time, they will be there to help. Also, they are in charge of helping me orchestrate how meetings, conventions, wars, trainings, and speeches go. The people with this position will have to be the most trustworthy and reliable, and just fun to be around. One of the requirements of being a high position is that you're funny and can be happy and fun, but takes things serious whenever they're needed. Now, this is going to be a larger part, but the eighth part of tonight is the largest, being what the role of each archleader is, which there are 5, and what their duties are. All archleaders are equal in power and importance. The first archleader is the archleader of expansion. This person will need to be someone who can stay calm in situations, and their duties are they will help find people for the Empire and recruit new players. They are in charge of the Alpha class troopers and the troopers that go out and find other players for the Empire. The second archleader is the archleader of security. They will need to have empathy for others and help others. Their duties are to protect the world from griefers and criminals as well as enemies. They will be held in prison until their trial, where their fate is decided. Archleader of Security is in charge of Omega-class troopers. These troopers are the police of the world. They keep the world fun and out of drama by stopping people who break laws. The next Archleader is the Archleader of Justice. This leader will help justice judge people, but keep their punishments fair and equal to others in past similar crimes. The next Archleader is the Archleader of Currency. This leader is in charge of all the banks and in charge of how money is spent. Currency will not be added until version 1.3. The final Archleader is a rather cool one. The Archleader of Unity is a unique rank because I don't get to decide. Wait, hold on, my bad. I'm not the one who gives the rank to them. You don't get placed there by me. The people can vote people into this position in entire elections. So we can have entire people debate like why they should be the leader of Unity. And the terms of Archleader of Unity is how long they will serve is 3 months, and 6 months if elected twice. However, if one wins 4 elections, so it's like each one is like they happen near conventions, and there's 4 conventions a year. But if one wins 4 elections, they will have the spot permanently unless they are deranked by breaking laws and stuff. So that means if y'all are going to vote someone many, many times, then they probably should deserve that rank. The Archleader of Unity is in charge of player and overall entertainment. They will deal with all things community and helping people be connected and getting civilians' opinions in the governmental high commission. The next part we're going to talk about is the leaders of the empire, and they are assistant or substitute for the arch leaders. They help arch leaders as well as they have their own individual roles. The assistants to the arch leader of expansion are leaders of defense and protection. The leader of defense is in charge of the safety of the empire from outside threats, such as enemy forces. Protection is in charge of finding more people for the empire, as well as other empires that we can help, as well as they also help attacking enemy empires and making sure that we bring an end to their corrupt rule. The assistants of the archleader of security are the leaders of safety and containment. Safety is in charge of the police services as well as Omega Squad class troopers, and they will make sure there are no internal enemies. Containment is in charge of prisons and asylums, and they will also command guards of such places. The assistants of currency and the assistants of currency are the leaders of taxation and accounting. Taxation is in charge of how much things should cost and how many people should be taxed for certain things. Accounting is in charge of the banks of Alteria and keeping everyone's money accounted for and safe. The leaders of justice are equality and liberty. Equality is in charge of making sure all punishments are fair, and people who have done wrong to others, they get the justice they deserved. Liberty is in charge of making sure no orders restrict the rights of players, such as restraining their freedoms. And finally, the assistants of unity are leaders of labor and service, and these two can also be voted into service. Usually the runner-ups in elections. Labor is in charge of making sure everyone has a part in this empire and making sure they're doing their jobs. Service is in charge of making sure people get what they need for their jobs. They also help people get fitted into their jobs. Now, the final part before questions and answers is the Grand High Commission. The Grand High Commission is the entire group of leaders that I've just talked about. My 2 assistants and my 5 arch leaders, basically the entire empire, like all of the higher ranks. And so basically, like the 15 ranks, and my bad, I had to be quiet for a minute. The 15 ranks, such as like the ones I've talked about. Me, my assistants, and my arch leaders and their assistants are the Grand Council. We all work together in keeping the empire secure and making sure punishments are fair, serving justice to those who need it, and also we are in charge of declaring war on other empires. The High Commission is the classification of all the highest ranks. The High Commission runs the entire empire and helps it function. Well, that's it for now. After the questions and answers, we will have one quick addition to this convention that will help your status in the empire when it begins. I'm going to give y'all all books, and I want y'all all to write in the books y'all's questions and just questions and go put them in the shulker box. And even you hunting over there, you can go ahead and put your questions and answers in the shulker box, and they will be discussed upon in the chat later. And it'll be heard on the video. And there are some things that there's a lot of editing that is going to be needed for the video. But I will get back to y'all after y'all finish y'all's questions and answers, and please type them fast, but I'll be back in just a moment after y'all have finished questions and answers.
While the break is happening again, I would like to tell you to make sure to subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date about the Alterian, anything about the Alterian Empire. Alright, let's get back to the video.
Now, questions and answers, so let's go see. Okay, yeah, just bring the questions and answers up to me. Okay, everyone ready? Okay, so, give me your mic. Okay, there we go. The first question is, how can you rank up without Discord? See, people can still get ranked up even if they do not have Discord. There are other ranks there's two types of ranks, governmental and civil. These ranks will be discussed later in the future updates, such as the conventions. And and you can still rank up, but mainly the highest governmental roles will need to be Discord. But that doesn't mean you won't have fun, because even though we will still have ways to contact you even if you don't have Discord. Discord is not necessary. No. Oh wait, yeah. I'll just turn friendly fire off. Okay. Okay. If someone asks, okay, and then the other question is, how do you get permission to build freely outside the city? The permission is given by basically it's only for whenever you're needed to do stuff, such as roleplay things. But majority of things will not be let outside the city because we don't want more chunks to get added, and then basically they'll get permission by other causes. The next question is, can I roleplay a date for storyline reasons, but not in real life dating them? So it isn't real life drama. Yes, I understand that thing, but yes, roleplay. If it's roleplay necessary, because I was actually married to someone in Minecraft a while back. It was funny, but yes, y'all can do that if it's only for roleplay purposes. And is there any more questions? Okay. Are there ranks of the Omega and Alpha Squad? Yes, there are. There are commander, there are captain, and there are what's the word? There are lieutenant and stuff. People who help figure out what they're going to do. Now, the next question is, does the person who helps find people jobs and fitting them have a final say on whether they're hired or not? That is a good question. So the leader of Unity, I'm pretty sure, it's the leader of service, actually. So the leader of service he basically is going to help people find their jobs, but if it's for services, it does if they get hired, they do not have control over who gets hired, but they get really high recommended. But it's not like they're just going to get recommended for one job and that's it. They're going to get multiple jobs. Mute your mic, Nexus. The next question is, will this be more of a democracy? Okay, so the leader of Unity is the only, and his assistants are the only ones who can be voted in. So that's a form of democracy. Will there be other roles in the Empire, like human resources, store business? Yes, there will be. There are many, 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 many roles to come. There will be a role for everyone. Everyone will have a part. That is the one thing every Empire I've ever seen, they never had enough roles. And this one is going to have many roles. As well as people can start their own companies and get people for those. But the problem is, yes, the Alterian News Network is hiring. If we elect someone for that one role, can we go back on it and host a re-election or vote? Yes, you can. If they have done something bad, we can do some things, we can work on things to get them. What's the word? I forgot the word at the moment. Oh yeah, hey, say the word. Impeached. Yes, impeached. Yes, impeached. Yeah, good job. You get the cookie. Yes, impeached. People will get impeached for certain things, like if they are abusing their power. That was a good question. If they abuse their power in the sense of basically they just did it to boss people around, and I will see this. That's why I will make sure the people who run for election are good people. And then, is there any more questions? No, not any more questions on that one. This was just a wait. Which hold on. Wait. How do you obtain items to build your house? Basically, whenever you build your house, there will be a barrier block around it. You'll be in a box, basically. But everyone has a limit amount of room to build. But everyone has a plot. But the thing is, everyone will have creative mode when they build their builds. Wait, is there any more questions on other pages? I'm gonna read through it real quick. Okay, Okay, there's not, I don't think. Can you stop that? Okay, and then the final question is, what type of government is the empire under? Okay, so that is actually a good question, Hunting. Okay, that's actually confusing as well. So it is it's called the Alterian governmental system, which is basically the emperors, arch leaders. No, it is not freaking communism. And then there is the elected official. It basically is all of us working together to make the empire greater. And does anyone have any more questions they want to add? If you have, okay, I'll let you take a book.
Well, that wraps it up, folks. Thank you for tuning in and watching the Alterian Convention version 0.5. Tune in next time. With that being said, I'm Alan Adams, ANN, signing off.